Hello there. I wanted to take a moment to tell you about the custom meditation prescription and why it's one of the best things that you will ever do for yourself. Better than a gym membership, better than taking a vacation, although I am a big supporter of taking vacations. I do it often as a practice of purposeful self-care, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Custom meditation prescription, dare I say, is even better than your annual doctor's checkup visit. And let me explain to you why. As long as each of us have been alive, we've had a series of beliefs that have been programmed into our minds. No problem. It's just how it works. Those programs become so strong that they actually form our personality. When we have life choices presented to us, which happens all day, every day, we begin to unconsciously make choices from those belief patterns, which lead us into the repetitive life cycles. Even day to day. So if we're having a particularly stressful time in our lives, it creates a baseline of stress. This is where we start to have baselines of anxiety, of depression, of a lack of self-esteem. This is a big one, right? So any of the challenges that we face in our lives come from these patterns in our mind, whether how it actually plays out in our life or how we perceive it, which will in turn create how it plays out in our lives. Now, you can go onto the internet, you can really search anywhere and find thousands of science-backed studies on how beneficial meditation is for handling all of the pains and the trials and the challenges that we have in our lives. And it is indeed true, but if only it were that simple, if only it were as easy as taking some yoga classes or download a meditation app. But these things don't actually work. And I'm going to tell you why. Meditation is not a one size fits all practice. As a matter of fact, some of the practices that we can experience that come our way can actually exacerbate what it is that we seek to overcome. It can strengthen certain patterns. While indeed that's what meditation does. But what we're seeking to do is to get rid of all of the beliefs, all of the actions, all of the memories, and all that gets stored into our bodies from these life experiences so that we can indeed strengthen what already exists within us. So you can kind of look at it as we're not trying to add anything, we're trying to get rid of, right? So we want our object of meditation to support what it is that we seek to strengthen within ourselves so we can then get rid of what no longer serves us. And it doesn't happen just by dropping into an app or a couple of yoga classes a week. While they feel wonderful, and they do, they don't have the long-term promise that meditation offers. Believe me, I have tried and studied for 25 years, longer than 25 years, so many different forms of meditation, everything from many different yogic practices, Buddhist practices, Tonglen, metta, manifestation and law of attraction practices, even Una, Hawaiian spirituality meditation practices. I've done so many, and many of them are wonderful for in the moment, right? They can definitely help within the moment, but they don't give the long-term practice, the long-term benefit that we need. And it's so possible. It's so possible. It really is. So what a custom meditation prescription does for you is that first, the way that it works is you will first register, because again, this is the best thing you're ever going to do for yourself. And then you'll have a few preliminary questions so that I can glean some insight before we get started, so that when we do meet for our first discovery session, I already have some background information and we can make our time together as productive as possible. We will then have a nice long conversation from the answers of those questions. And from there, I'll take that information and I'll curate a step-by-step meditation program just for you, just focused for your personal goals. With that, I will record 3 practices for you, a short one, just a few minutes long, one that's a little bit longer, maybe 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and then a nice long 20-minute practice for the days that you have time. And then I'll send you those practices, which you will then do daily for a 3-month prescriptive period of time. Now, it's not like I'm just going to give you these 3 practices and then drop you off and you're done and your life and all of your problems are fixed. Not quite that simple either. But you see, it takes very specific daily practice for you specifically, what your needs are. And then throughout the 3 months of your prescriptive practice, we will meet 3 times remotely, no problem. We'll have a call, we'll have a video chat, whatever it is that suits you best. So I can check in and make sure that that practice is serving you well. And then at the end of the 3 months, we'll have a final integration session where either you'll decide to continue with that practice or perhaps you'll re-up for your next custom meditation prescription. So if this sounds at all interesting to you, just go ahead and reach out to me, or even better, register. I promise you, all of the cups of Starbucks, all of the wonderful little things that we blow money on, all of the meditation apps that we spend money on. Jim, my gosh, we will spend money to make our asses and our eyelashes look good. Commit to making sure that our eyelashes look good. You can do this for yourself. So I'm very excited to work with you. I'm very excited to see your growth and to see you finally achieve who it is you know yourself to be. So go ahead and register. Let's get started. I very much look forward to seeing you soon. Be well.